vehicle is leaving the station. Please hold on. Please move to the center of the vehicle and away from the doors.
Welcome back to the NWG. This is episode 7, so if you'd like to support this channel and join me on this journey, click subscribe, turn on notifications, and let's go for a ride. Today's a travel day for me, so I'm going to get into some quick news. Let's talk about The Mandalorian. This comes from /film. The Mandalorian Season 4 is when you're, quote, really going to start to get answers, says Giancarlo Esposito. Season 4? We haven't even hit Season 2 yet. Well, let's keep going. The article says, quote, don't expect many huge universe-shaking answers to be revealed during the course of The Mandalorian Season 2. It seems as if showrunner Jon Favreau is going to keep fans on the hook for a few more seasons until he starts dropping any truly major revelations. In a new interview, actor Giancarlo Esposito, one of my favorites, by the way, did you see Breaking Bad? Let's keep going. Who plays the dark saber-wielding villain Moff Gideon, says that The Mandalorian is developing not only a third, but a fourth season, and Season 4 is, quote, where you're really going to start to get answers. It goes on to say, quote, the next season of The Mandalorian Season 2 is going to be very interesting because you're going to start to find out the power of the child, what the child really means, he said. Esposito continues, quote, the next season of The Mandalorian is going to be very interesting because you're going to start to find out the power of the child, what the child really means, he said. You will also start to uncover the origins of the dark saber that Moff Gideon has and how that plays into previous Star Wars history connected to the Clone Wars and other shows. And you'll start to get a real dramatic sense of the territory. We're living in a universe that's huge, and there's so much to explore. So I think the show's going to start to lay the groundwork for the depth and breadth that's going to come in Season 3 and Season 4, where you're really going to start to get answers. So does this mean that Season 2 is just going to kind of plod along and not give you too much and end with maybe a bit of a cliffhanger to string you along for Season 3? If that happens, will there be a Season 3? Will there be a Season 4? Yes. From what I understand, Seasons 3 and 4 are being filmed simultaneously, maybe even right now. Season 2 has been done for some time, maybe some post-production, but overall, it's in the can. So if they do 3 and 4 roughly at the same time, Disney's not going to sit on it. It's certainly making them enough money. But it'll be interesting to see if Baby Yoda becomes not the focal point and they flip it back to The Mandalorian and maybe some other adventures, or maybe connecting into what's being called the Filoni-Verse. We'll talk about that in another video. In toy news, The Mandalorian will have weekly merchandise reveals with Mando Mondays starting in October. Because who doesn't want Mando Mondays? The second season of The Mandalorian begins on October 30th, but before new episodes arrive, /film says Disney and Lucasfilm will kick off Mandalorian Mania with the new global consumer products, games, and publishing program called Mando Mondays. They couldn't come up with a better name. Let's take a look at some of the exclusives that are being released. Cool box art. So basically, at the end of every episode of The Mandalorian, you've got this really cool artwork that goes along with the closing credits and the music and the vibe. And this appears to be all kind of painted in that artwork. You also get a bunch of Baby Yoda merch, or the child, excuse me, which is cute, it's fine. And then a Lego version of the child. See this picture right here? I'll tell you, out of this whole thing, that orange piece is the most valuable to me. It's how you undo mistakes. Also got some new Funko Pops, a premium format figure from Sideshow Collectibles. Look at that, that looks pretty good. And more. So if the Mandalorian toys are your thing, it looks like there'll be plenty coming on Mando Mondays. I want to end this with one more thing unrelated to The Mandalorian. The MCU really hasn't looked interesting to me, maybe in some time. I don't think I even made it through the last Avengers film. I get it if it's your thing. I have no problem with it. But I did see the trailer for WandaVision for Disney+, and this series definitely has me intrigued. There's an article on /film, and I'll post a link to it in the comments down below. If you get a second, watch the trailer and then look at this article as they break it down. And there's a lot, and I mean a lot, of very interesting things going on here. It's set in the seemingly different time spans of the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, like sitcoms. And it's like this make believe world, perhaps concocted to deal with death, to deal with vision. I don't want to get into too much if you haven't seen the Avengers films, but it's very interesting and it takes a couple of dark twists. So, I'm just kind of quickly scrolling through these photos, but it definitely breaks down scene by scene, and I find this absolutely fascinating. This scene right here, go watch the trailer. In this scene where this scene with Vision on Halloween night is creeptastic. A lot of old callbacks to original Marvel costumes. Even if it is kind of tongue in cheek during Halloween, it's kind of cute. New characters. I mean, this might be my most anticipated TV show of 2020. It is coming out this year, right? I'll see if I can find the start date and put that in the comments as well. But anyway, that's just a quick side if that's something that interests you. It certainly seems weird and cool and a mystery, and I'm all about all of those things. Anyway, that's all the news for the day. I've got to go start packing and traveling back to home base. So I'll see you back here again real soon. Thanks for watching.
This vehicle is leaving the station. Please hold on. Please move to the center of the vehicle and away from the doors.